Right, that was strange. What's up, guys? Welcome into Packers Total Access. My name is Clayton. You can check us out on Packernet.com. Find me on Twitter at Packers_access. You can email us, PackersTotalAccess@gmail.com. You can text us 865-658-5824. Join alongside Emilio in Tennessee. We got Tim in the Mecca, Green Bay, here to talk some Packers and more specifically Chalk Talk this evening. Excited to dive into all of those key plays. I believe we came up with 14 for this game, this win over the Jaguars. And we got some doozies in there, let me tell you. But before we dive into it, let's give a quick shout out to the good folks over at Ticket King, the official ticket provider of Packer Fan Total Access Live. Wisconsin-based since 1992, specializing in Packers tickets. They are Wisconsin's largest ticket source with offices next to Lambeau and in Milwaukee. Click on the link in the video description. That'll send you to theticketking.com where you can register for free as a customer and go ahead and start shopping for those Packers tickets. Again, that's Ticket King, the official ticket provider of Packer Fan Total Access Live. So, all right, Emilio, you laid out last night. Obviously, somebody bailed you out of jail. How you doing today, bub?
I'm good. Oh, yeah, Taco Tuesday was in full effect. I had a burrito bowl. I had a couple of steak tacos, got some churros. I mean, stuff was flying. But I'm ready, man. Little Chalk Talk, I'm ready.
Tim, how was your day, big dog?
Man, awesome. Fighting the wind out here in Titletown, man. Trying to blow some leaves in the yard, and they weren't cooperating, man. It was like a windstorm out there.
That is one thing that will get me just absolutely fired up is me trying to do leaves when it's windy out. I actually get mad. Like at the end of the day, I come home upset.
This is so true, man. You can't fight Mother Nature. You're gonna lose every time.
Every time. She gets angry sometimes, man. No two ways about it. So little news before we jump into Chalk Talk. I want to hit on this real quick. The Packers have made a signing today, as Paul Brittle tweeted out. Packers signed linebacker Jamon Davis to the practice squad and release linebacker Chris Russell as a Exactly. So I had tweeted out and put Kentucky linebacker. This is the only reason I know about the guy. I'm just going to be honest with you. Kentucky linebacker Jamon Davis ranked 32nd on the pre-draft consensus big board and had a near perfect RAS score of 9.94. He was selected as the 19th overall pick. I think he went to Washington. Yeah, so he was drafted by Washington. Obviously, they cut bait. So you look at this RAS, guys. I mean, this is right down Goody's alley. An absolute specimen. 6'3", 234 pounds, bench press, 21 reps. His composite explosion grade was considered elite. His vertical was 42 inches, which scored a 10. His broad jump was a 9.94. His composite speed grade was elite. He ran a 4.48 40, a 2.61 20-yard split, and a 1.53 10-yard split. All of those scored in the nines, obviously giving that grand finale there, or that grand total, I should say, of 9.94. Like I said, performed about as good as he could as far as the combine. And there you seen he was in the 32 spot there on the consensus big board. So I like the signing, especially with him going to the practice squad. And we just wanted to hit on it. We usually don't cover too many practice squad guys, but I got to be real. When we traded for Malik Willis, I showed the consensus big board and how everybody was considering him a first-round pick. And I kind of rolled my eyes, and I did it right here on the show. Like, hey, look, that don't really mean anything because he didn't pan out at the next level. This is just projection, blah, blah, blah. And we've seen what Malik Willis has done, right? So anything you guys want to add to the Jamon Davis talk here is, like I said, they just added another linebacker to or replace a linebacker with a linebacker there on the practice squad.
6 foot, 234. What was that?
Yeah, 6'3". 6'3", 234.
6'3", 234? Man.
Thick.
He is.
It's a big dog right there. I'm all for it, man. Load up these linebackers. I love it.
Hopefully we'll see. When was he first round pick, right?
Yep, first round pick. He was taken with the 19th overall pick.
Kind of just like Dillard then. So, we got to, rotate in a first rounder, see what's there, see why he didn't make it. If it blends well with our system, let's roll. If not, move on.
Yep, exactly. And again, it's depth for the practice squad.
Yeah.
Not really hurting anything, giving it a shot. And who knows, man, he may come in and fill in a pinch. And he was probably, tried to force him into a starter role, I would imagine, in Washington. What if he comes in and kind of fills in and becomes a good special teams guy too? That could be the case, right? With that kind of athleticism. So as Respect Orange, it says good project pickup. I think that's a pretty good way of putting it there too. So All right. So, like I said, I didn't want to spend a whole lot of time on it, but wanted to hit that just to kind of mention that because I seen that come across the wire earlier, and I was like, I know who this guy is. So, figure we hit on. Also, want to give a shout out to everybody who voted for the PTA Player of the Week for Week 8. We did an offensive and a defensive award, and your winners are Josh Jacobs on offense. Obviously, had a great game there, 25 carries, over $125, couple touchdowns. And then you had Edgerrin Cooper winning the defensive player of the game for the Jacksonville Jaguars game there in Week 8. Really, really cool stuff. And what's awesome about that with Edgerrin Cooper, I'm trying to think, how many snaps did he have? Edgerrin Cooper wins player of the game. Yeah, he had 34. That's a healthy number, right? As far as linebackers.
That's his highest snap count of the year, right? 34.
Eric Wilson played Mike. He basically filled in for Quay, which I love it. I love the move. And, so he played all 57 snaps on defense, and our boy Edgerrin Cooper with 34. So, yeah, him and McDuffie right there together, right, just 4 apart. So, but again, those are your PTA players of the game there for Week 8. And thanks to everybody for voting. I think that's really cool. If I can remember, every week we're going to do this. I think it's awesome. Just to kind of, again, this wasn't our choice. This was your all's choice. And I think that's really cool. I do. So,
yeah, our guys better wake up with their piss hot, like I said before. So.
That's right. So we hit some of the hot piss plays of the week yesterday, obviously. We need to create a graphic, though, for hot piss player of the game or something like that. So, but, the other one, too, was that I didn't even put on the list for the voting, though, was Brandon McManus. I just assumed he wouldn't win it. But, man, he was, 3 for 3 and a game winner, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you know how many extra points he hit?
I want to say 3, right?
Yeah.
Or 2.
Or was it 2 extra points and the game winner, right? 3.
I mean,
3 total.
He hasn't missed since he's gotten here. So I guess.
Yeah. Absolutely wild. Drill Lee in the chat says, "We love you, Quay. Watching Andy Herman, and I think it's time to start Eric Wilson over him. He's too good in run fits constantly, not to start Eric. Go Pack, go." There's a lot of people that agree with you there, Jarrell. And again, I'm totally on board with it. I am. If they go back to Quay, I understand why they do. They don't want to give up on him as a first round pick. But
what if we ran Quay, Wilson, and Cooper out there, and we bumped McDuff down on the rotation?
Yeah. The question is in the nickel, though, because you're in the nickel 70% of the time, roughly, right? So you only get two backers out there. Who would those 2 backers be? I think that's what he's saying is put Quay over Eric. So you'd have Eric Wilson playing Mike, Edgerrin Cooper playing Will in the nickel. I don't think that's what they'll do. I could be wrong. I just want the best 11 out there, period, case closed. And right now, Eric Wilson is hands down playing better than Quay. It doesn't mean he's going to be better overall, but man, unless I'm missing something. I mean, you guys disagree, or do you feel like Eric Wilson he's playing better than Quay?
Right now, yeah, definitely.
He's playing more than Quay right now by default, for sure, but probably definitely playing a little bit better too, even before the concussion protocol. I would agree with that.
Would you be mad at Quay and Eric out there, Clayton?
No, I wouldn't. But I mean, I say I wouldn't be mad.
But then
that'd be no Cooper. I'd like to see Quay and Cooper out there.
Well, I mean, we started to see that, right? And again, Quay has been that backer that stays on the field the whole time. And this year, man, it's just I'm trying to be nice about it, but when you turn on the tape, it's horrible. The PFF grade is horrible. And you guys heard me the whole first quarter of the season. It was, man, he could cover vertically. That's all I got. Like I can't make him into something that he's not. You know what I'm saying? Like,
should we put him in the slot?
Yeah, there you go.
That would be a thumper right there.
I said last year, and I was kind of joking, but at the same time, I'm like, nobody made fun of me. I might press on that. I was kind of saying safety, like the way that he covers, on vertical routes and stuff.
Sure.
And then to have him come down in the box, maybe I just when you find yourself.
Like we tried to do with Tariq Carpenter a few years ago, right?
And we threw him right off to the side. So, anytime you take a first round pick and you start trying to find places for him 3 years into the campaign, it's usually a sign that probably not panning out, right? So anyway, hopefully he comes back and just plays lights out. But right now, I think I would have to agree with Jarrell. I would go with Quay and I would go with Cooper and Eric Wilson personally. So Drudy in the chat said, I was watching a video about the Jets and they are talking about how they will have a tryout before the game and the winner will get the job. LOL. Thank God we locked down McManus when we did. Obviously, they're talking kickers in here. I'm to the point with McManus, and it's early, but I'm sitting here going, man, what about next year? You know, if he keeps this up, let's say another 4 games under his belt, and he's going to miss kicks. Don't get me wrong. But if you look up in 4 games and McManus is just playing lights out, let's go ahead and start talking about an extension, right? Let's don't play around with this into the offseason, get into a bidding war. Goose says, I'm not paying that, and then we end up with a rookie kicker again. I'm going to pull my damn hair out. I promise you. It's going to happen.
Alex Hale will be ready, Clayton.
Who? Alex Hale? Hey, that would be a cool story if he was, right?
It is crazy, though, to see what the Jets are dealing with. I mean,
yeah.
Zerline's a veteran kicker.
Dude, it's tough to watch it. And we were there. That was us. Like, and when I'm watching it as, watching the Jets, it's like, all right, man, that's even rough for them to see. But that we lived that. I'm glad we're not living it now. It's been nice not having to live it.
Absolutely. We lived that. I like it. Who was it? Somebody on Packernet After Dark the other night said that they were I think they're in California or wherever they were. This guy, a San Francisco fan, was there, and they got to talking ball and everything, and he got to talking about Anders Carlson. He was like, "Oh, you guys got Anders Carlson?" Like, yeah, we had him going into the year. He sucks.
Yeah. He was. Yeah, he's like, he missed a kick. Oh, is that Anders? Yeah, you know him? Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude.
We know him. God love him. Hey, go get it, Anders. Go earn it, right? Yeah, just don't grow hair out like that. All right, let's get into Chalk Talk. Y'all ready to roll? You ready to do this?
Let's do it.
This was a lot of fun, man. I know there's a lot of people that were upset with this game. This was one of the more enjoyable games that I've watched in a long time. I thought it was just absolutely awesome how everything kind of played out. And again, you're talking about a team that fought to the very end and got the freaking job done. I love that Matt put emphasis on all the adversity they faced too, because there's some people in the fan base that are pretending like, oh, well, you should have boat raced this team. They're horrible, blah, blah. It's like, you lose your starting quarterback in the middle of the game, right? You have to kind of adjust the game plan a touch. You got Jair left the game at one point there late, right? He was playing banged up. You lost Evan Williams after 18 defensive snaps. That throws the safety and the nickel position in turmoil. So that means you got to put a 7th round pick back out there in Carrington Valentine, split reps with Eric Stokes, who we know have struggled. And to do all that just in the heat of the battle, man, I think it was a hell of a job.
And did we win the game? We did get the dub.
Well, Tim, it's funny you mention that because you hear some people and I would think we didn't win the game. That's the way it goes. So, all right, y'all ready to get into it? Let's do it.
Yeesh.
All right. First of all, the game kicked off. Green Bay punted, right? So, Green Bay punted, Jacksonville punted, Green Bay punted again, and that brings us to this play right here, okay? So, this is second quarter, 13:03 left, 2nd and 12 play from their own 4-yard line. It's Jacksonville ball. This is the Xavier McKinney interception. Again, the score was 0-0 at this time. So what we got is a nickel 4-2-5 TE left Tampa 2. All right. So with your nickel 2-4-5, like we always talk about, basically what you've got is 2 down linemen. You've got 4 linebacker. I'm sorry. I'm used to the nickel 2-4-5. The nickel 4-2-5. You've got your 4 linemen. Now notice how Barre is standing up. Some people would call this like a 3-3-5 cub or something along those lines. We're going to consider these guys defensive linemen. We know that's what they do, right? So, again, you've got your 4 down linemen. You got your 2 linebackers. On this play, it looks like it's Eric Wilson. And I'm trying to think of who that is. Is that McDuffie right there? It's who it looks like anyway on this copy here. Nonetheless, what the call is a TE left. So, on the left side, you're going to have the tackle engage, right? And then you're going to have Barre loop around, and we're running Tampa 2, okay? So with Tampa 2, I want to say it's Eric Wilson that goes down the seam on this play, if I remember correctly. So if we go coverage in blue with Tampa 2, what you got is short zone, right? Zone. I think he sits in a zone. So you got 4 underneath, deep half, and then this player is going to be your Tampa player, okay? So he's going to pick up the number 2. If that 2 goes vert, and this really is a match play, if the 2 goes vert, whichever one of these backers have the 2, they're running with him on the seam, all right? So, again, nickel 4-2-5, TE left, Tampa 2. Let's roll the tape. key in on Eric Wilson, watch him get eyes on the two right out of the gate. When the ball's snapped, you got your TE up front right there. He knows he's going vert. Let's get on this ball, right? And that's just great freaking coverage. Look at that coverage right there by Eric Wilson, man. I mean, all the way down the seam, and that's what forces the interception. And again, with McKinney, if we roll it back, look where he's lined up. We're showing spur. So what they're trying to give an illusion of here is cover one man, in my opinion, right? Mm-hmm. They're trying to show cover one man or even maybe a cover three look, which would mean this right here is how that would break up, right? Just like this right here. And they're thinking probably curl to flat with McKinney. Instead, ball snapped. McKinney bails, flips. He knows, okay, 7's good. Great job down here by Key. Look at Key with the knocking him off his route. You're seeing a lot of rerouting in this half defense too, which is huge. Eric Wilson with that window being closed, that our boy Trevor Lawrence had to put it on the side because Eric Wilson is just playing a great little trail technique, knowing he's got help over the top. McKinney reading it, bang, interception. So just an excellent job there. And again, if we look at it from the end zone cam here, focus in on that TE left. So you've got Devontae Wyatt, right? Devontae Wyatt is going to push this out, and then Enigbare is going to loop in. And again, that was McDuffie here. So we did get confirmation there. So, all right. So again, watch the TE stunt. Let's see if any pressure hits home here, boys. Look at Kenny battling through a double team, actually a triple team when you think about it. Look at Kenny pushing that. That would be considered a pressure out there because GPS track him will have him within 2 yards, right?
If you can't get through it, take him with you, and that's what he's doing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's your pick.
Look at Wyatt too, man. Wyatt's pressing that pocket,
and it's something Lawrence can't scramble with, right? He's got to make that decision and go with it because he's standing in the end zone. I mean, he'd rather not give up a strip sack, safety, anything like that. Gave up a pick instead.
Yep.
It's so true.
Yeah.
And, big credit to Eric Wilson, too, because, a lot of what we talk about is his, ability in the run game, tackling ability, playing in the box. Here he is running out in Tampa, too, man. Great coverage, and it's, I don't know, it makes you feel good. You see the versatility with a lot of these linebackers. I like McDuffie, man. I just wonder if he picked up the two there. I don't know how this play ends up,
Right. Yeah. Now I want to make a comment here. This is what I'm talking about right here. Let's see here. Boom, Eldegrim. LVN getting owned by a tight end. That is completely inaccurate. Completely inaccurate.
I didn't see that on tape. Did you guys see that on tape?
I don't mean to be an ass here, but look at this, guys. This is called a double team. This is a chip. He's going to chip, and then he's going to fade over and try to help to the right. It's going to leave LVN one-on-one with the tight end. LVN is not trying to get to the quarterback right here. Yep. He's doing. He's protecting the left side.
Yep.
That's what he's doing. He's not trying to press the pocket there.
Which is the reason why Trevor Lawrence couldn't move around back there. Kept the pocket true. Made him make this throw.
You got to understand. And people watch Pittsburgh and they go, man, you see their guys they just rip, right? They rip off they're pinning their ears and going. That's not what Hafley's calling here. It's not what he's calling. And if you disagree, it's cool. We can agree to disagree. I'm telling you that you're not going to convince me that dude is trying to get to the quarterback right here. He's not.
No, Hafley's calling his Tampa 2, and then he's sitting there when they're coming out on the field. He's sitting on his controller, just clicking right bumper to QB contain to make sure that you keep him in the well. And you see it. You can kind of see it. He gets overstepped. He feels that he's too far inside, and then you see him. All right, I got to retrace my steps, get back outside, and just kind of hold. He doesn't need to, get into his face. He's got Kenny and Devontae doing it right now.
Yeah. Right. And last year we saw them doing that. We saw them breaking contain, and we saw them trying to get to the quarterback rather than holding their edge.
And everybody lost their mind. Look, Kenny's responsibility, this lane here.
Yep.
Right? This lane here. Enigbare is going to loop around. He's got this lane here. And Devontae Wyatt's going to work to the outside. He's got that outside lane. There's no ability for him to scramble on this play, and Kenny is pressing the pocket. You can see it. Devontae Wyatt is working the contain and pressing over here, right? To me, it's just plain as day. And I don't want to harp on it too long, but I mean, that's what I'm talking about when people see that and they go, man, that tight end blocked the hell out of him. He's not trying to get to the quarterback. Right,
your pressure comes from Kenny and from JJ and Igbare on that play. Those are the pressure guys.
And there's designated people. There's people in the defense that are designated. They're 100% designated to, okay, on this specific play, you are the guys who are going to try to get to the quarterback. LVN, make sure you do not lose contain on that left side. He occupied 2 blockers and kept contain on the left if Trevor Lawrence tried to get out the backside. So it's all got to work.
He took a receiver out of the play as well.
Right. So it's a lot deeper than sometimes what we think there. People were saying that about Gary a few weeks ago, and it was like Gary literally he got blocked by the lineman. He passed it off to the tight end, and you could see Gary's just hand fighting with him. He just got eyes on the quarterback the entire time, making sure he doesn't scramble outside while the other guys are running a TT stunt, right? Yep. So it's you got to pick your spots there. So again, huge interception. After that, Jaden Reed draws a pass interference. We didn't put it on Chalk Talk, but I wanted to mention it again. It came after that interception. Jaden Reed, I think it was on a 3rd down too, if I remember correctly. It was worth 21 yards that Jaden Reed drew that pass interference. That is an absolute huge play for the offense, setting them up down here and getting them closer to the red zone. So now we're second quarter, 11:31 left, 1st and goal at Jacksonville's 3-yard line. This is the Josh Jacobs touchdown. It is 0-0 right now. The play call is 12 gun, strong right, T-weak, looky, 22 dive. All right. Now with the looky, you got an RPO slant. That's all that means. All right. So if we go 12 gun, obviously, you know what the 12 is, 1 running back, 2 tight ends. They are strong right. The tight end's on the right side, which always equals twin left, okay? And with the RPO looky, what they're going to run is a slant. So the way this works, Dontavion Wicks is just going to try to wall off the inside like he's running a route. And outside here, there's going to be a looky, all right? So it's an RPO looky. Now, 22 dive, you guys know what that means. Running back is number 2, so that's the first number. And then the second number 2 is obviously – even numbers are to the right. So this is a gap right run design. All right, is what this is. So we call it 22 dive. It could be zone. It could just be strictly gap. It's hard to kind of figure that stuff out when you're not going wide zone. But again, what Jordan's going to do, ball snapped. He's going to put the ball in the belly of the running back, and he's looking right here is where he's looking. Okay. If he sees a clear window here in time, he's going to pull the ball and fire that slant there to Romeo Doubs. Instead, he just gives the ball to Josh Jacobs on the 22 dive here. So let's watch it here. Again, A-gap right. I love that they go to that little stack. That creates a lot of problems there. Look at the slant on the bottom. And you see Jordan kind of selling that fake there like he's pulling it out of the belly too. But great job blocking. Boom, touchdown. So, again, you had a little RPO look there. Sometimes the RPO isn't even explored. In that situation, Jordan just makes his mind up with the hat count pre-snap and says, I think our guys can get this done, right?
Yep, that's what we talk about with pre-snap recognition. As soon as Rome flexed over and they stacked up, he could kind of see how that was going to develop, and I don't think he had any intent on pulling that out at all.
Yeah. And if you'll notice, Sean Ryan is going to kick in, turn his body, wall that off, and watch Josh Myers get to this next level on this backer right here. Mm-hmm. It's a great job. Bang.
Oh, beautiful.
Ball game.
And same with Zach Tom on the left side there. Gets to the second level backer, hold him up 33. And, I mean, Jacobs just walks in.
And nothing exotic there, right? Just basic, run blocking. And that's all we need this line to do, man. You give Josh Jacobs that much of a window. Just do your job. It's going to work every time.
Yep, absolutely, man. And that was just one of those. All right, we got down there inside the 5. Let's just out muscle them, right? Yep. So next play here.
Hey, at least we didn't run a jet sweep handoff to Scoot or something.
Tim, you're gonna get me started. You trying to put a quarter in me tonight? Trying to put a quarter in your boy. Second quarter, 10-14 left, 3rd and 2 from their own 38. Jacksonville's ball. Obviously, this is a run stop. Okay, and I want to point this out. This is on 3rd and 2, and this play probably went under the radar. You say, okay, it's just a simple run stop, no big deal. This is absolutely huge, and we come out in a 4-3 odd front. Okay, and what that means with 4-3 odd, it's similar to an under, but the only difference is rather than the defensive tackle being in a 1-tech in an under on the weak side of the formation, instead he's in a 0-tech, so he's right over the right over the center. Okay, so you got an odd front is the nose is over the center, and then you've got the guard and the tackle covered on that side. It's kind of like a hybrid version of the overload we talk about, right? Like you got these three guys rushing over here, Gary by himself on this side. But really key, and this is 4-3 odd, will fire, cover one man, I'm pretty sure. So what you got is man coverage. He's going to play catch man right there. Here's your deep safety, I'm pretty sure. When we go will fire, this is your will backer. First of all, here's your tight end. That's the strong side. That will make him your will backer. So he is going to fire on a blitz right here, okay? Everyone else, I'm almost positive, is cover one man, all right? And it might be a little spy right here. I can't exactly remember, but he didn't turn it into a green dog blitz. He's probably got eyes on the running back as well. But notice this will fire real quick. So look at the will. And in this case, you got Edgerrin Cooper was playing the technical Sam there. Now, even though they shift the tight end over, we're still going to refer to that as the will, okay, because that was the pre-snap alignment. Now look at the will fire. Now you see Eric Wilson slide over. And look at this. Beautiful swing pass, right? Look at Preston reading it right off the bat. But I want you to really key in on Eric Wilson. This is what we're talking about that he does really well, that I feel like Quay, it just hasn't caught on with his game. Watch him attack this. No hesitation. Go. Bang. Hits the lead blocker. Throws him back into Preston's way. And then gets in there and makes a tackle. And Edgerrin Cooper cleaning it up. That's a huge play, guys. A little swing pass on a 3rd and 2. Those are the plays that really stack up. Go ahead.
You know what else gets me excited, Clayton? Is I think we kind of talked about this beginning of the year. If we had enough speed at linebacker that we could stay in base a little bit longer than 20% or whatever the average is, instead of staying in 80% nickel, that would be huge. And we're doing this against 11 personnel. So we have our 3 backers out there against 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back. On a 3rd down, I mean, they could have ran a quick slant and it would have been over, right? You would have, they ran a quick slant to the left side, McDuffie blitzed off there. You're attacking right where the blitz left. That's easy pickings. But the fact that we have that ability with 3 backers, I mean, and just imagine if we had Quay out there, either instead of McDuffie or Wilson, whoever you want to rotate him for, the speed that we have in the middle there is huge.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Yep.
Definitely. So again, 0, right? And then there's your other 3 rushers on that side of the field. Gary is all alone over here on the strong side. And I'm wondering if they were prepared for this tight end to move over to. Like they're okay, we're already in an overlook. If they go to that, they might have seen something on tape. But again, Edgerrin Cooper, the ground he covers. Look at this. To get in there all the way across the formation and help with the tackle. Huge play by those 2 backers, man. And again, wasn't they our highest graded defensive players of the week, if I remember correctly, both those guys?
I believe so.
All right, so a huge 3rd down stop there. Green Bay was leading 7-0. Now we fast forward 2nd quarter, 8:46 left, 2nd and 6 play from their own 24. This is the Tucker Kraft 67-yarder. Man, this one's a blast right here. I've been waiting all week to break this one down. We got 12 pistol, strong left, U wing, slot cross, X go, T lead, swing. All right, so 12 pistol. First of all, what's pistol? Pistol is when the quarterback is directly behind the center in like a mini shotgun, and the running back's behind him. What that does, guys, is that puts both wide zone runs on the table right here, right? That's what that does. If you're sidecar left, like forget this running back's even here, and this is your only guy that's in the running back position, then 80 to 90% of those runs are going to this side. But when you got that pistol set right here, now the defense has got to respect both outside zone runs there. It's hell to cover. It really is, to stop in the run. So U-wing, it was really simple. That tight end was lined up here, if I remember correctly. And then what he did was he just motioned back into almost like a wing position there. Now, wing is typically here. I say wing when it's anything to the left of the quarterback, when he's in a pistol or even like an ace set. If it's to the left of the quarterback, typically I just go ahead and refer to it as wing. Emilio, you ever heard it called anything else by chance?
Not really. No. I mean,
it's kind of a tweener, but
yeah. Just like the F and the U, right?
Yeah. So now we got slot cross. Y'all have heard me say that 1,000 times, right? X go, T lead, swing. Okay. And it's to the left. So slot cross is a real simple concept. You've got, this is your number 1. This is your number 2, even though he's a tight end. The number 2 in this will try to run a climb route. Okay. And the number 1 will run a dig route. That's slot cross. That's that concept. X go is real simple. He's just going to run a go route. and then the T lead swing. So they shifted him back. They shifted the tight end, the U back to that wing position. He's going to swing out as a lead blocker, and they're setting up a lead swing pass to Josh Jacobs that they needed as a check down. All right. And this is the play that's going to go to Tucker. What you'll notice, and me and Tim pointed this out last night, Tim really caught it quick. This guy's going to hammer down on the dig. He's really going to focus on Dontavion Wicks, and watch what Tucker does here, man, which is just an absolutely veteran play. This dude is picking the game up so quick. You see right here, he gets kind of knocked off his mark. He gets into the climb. Right here, he realizes Jordan's in trouble. So what he's going to do is he's just going to kind of break this thing off and get back here. Now what you're seeing with this defender is he's got eyes on the dig. He's just going to completely bail on Tucker right there, right? He thinks he's going to the dig. Now look at Tucker throw that hand up.
Here's the guy.
Buck naked through the trailer park.
What he did was create a throwing lane for Jordan.
Yep.
Jordan's under pressure. He allowed that. He had the patience to let that play develop, seeing what was happening. He created a place for him to throw that ball. It's really what it was. And then, Tay Wicks drawing the extra attention certainly helped out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's watch it from the end zone cam. Again, there's him shifting into that wing position. You can see 5. This is a good angle right here. Watch 5 the whole way. Kind of goes off screen, don't he? Yeah, so you see him hammer down right there. Yeah. It's over. And what a throw by Love, man.
Late across the body, over the middle.
Yeah. And if you'll notice, too, you can't see it on that cam, but we talked about it last night. Love actually falls down as he lets the ball go. Like he tries to land on that leg, and you'll see him. He actually goes to the ground right there. So my man was hurting early yesterday or day before yesterday, whenever the hell it was. Great stiff arm right there, too, by Tucker, man. How do you not love this guy? Again, if he gets tackled right there, right? Yeah. I mean, he already broke 1 tackle, right? Bang. So let's count it off. That's 5, 10, 15, another 22 yards.
Watch when he catches the ball, too. If you can go back to the catch, because he knows where that defender is, and he's going to let his momentum take him that way. He's not going to try and cut back too soon. A lot of guys will like kind of stop and catch the ball and try and make a cut. Look at him. He just turned upfield right away.
Yeah.
Shakes a tackle, and it's the Yak Master doing what he does best, right?
Never let the first one get you.
That's right.
Smacking that guy in the mouth too, man. I'm here for it.
What did he say? I'm not going to be tackled by some DB, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I love it.
Man, great job. Tucker Kraft's a real deal, man. I'm excited.
Here's the guy.
All right, so obviously that 67-yarder is a huge gainer. Green Bay was leading 7-0 at the time. That would lead to a Brandon McManus field goal that puts them up 10-0. After that, Jacksonville will go down and score a touchdown, making it 10-7. So now we're in the middle 8, second quarter, 1:55 left. This is a 2nd and 10 play. Green Bay with the ball from their own 42-yard line. This is Romeo Doubs on a 25-yard pass. Absolutely awesome play right here that's going to set up another McManus field goal. The play call is 11 gun, dub nasty, strong right, 46 Ohio, T safe. All right, once again, 11 gun, dub nasty, strong right, 46 Ohio, T safe. Jarrell Lee in the chat real quick at work, so I'll have to watch it back in detail. Go Pat, go. Appreciate you, Jarrell. Thank you for the super chat. You're the man. So what all this means, the dub nasty, you guys know what the nasty splits are. Inside the numbers, everybody's inside the numbers. That's what we refer to as a nasty split. 11 gun dub. Dub is short for doubles or 2x2. 1, 2 by 1, 2. All right. That's the set there. And then a strong right simply means the tight end is one of those two on the right side. 46 Ohio is real simple. 46 is the numerical coding for the route tree. Okay. So 4 is a curl. All right. So our boy Watson's just going to get up here and set on a little curl. 6 is a dig. So the number 2 is going to run a dig route. And on the other side, you've got a concept called Ohio. All right. Which is basically an out and a go. Okay. So it's going to be an out route. And this guy's going to go, the number 1. That's going to be Romeo Doubs. All right. And then a T safe is real simple. The running back's just going to step up and pass block. That's all he's going to do right there. Okay. Here we go. Let's roll it. Keep your eye on Romeo Doubs up top. He is playing Z. Technically, he's playing Z up there. Okay. Look at him. That little shake. Great release. Out and up. Let's go.
It was more of an out and up. You said, I like that.
Yep.
Got it, and it's big. Turned his head, sold him. Make the dude change his hip angle.
Yep. And you know what I wonder too, Emilio, is if it was just a go and he's got the freedom to do that. Like watch him at the line, how he kind of gets knocked right here. Okay, I need to give him a little something else because he had that over the top.
Right.
Little something, right? It's almost like, and the fact that Love wasn't really expecting him to do it, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the ball is just absolutely on the money right here. This with a bad leg, too. Look at Jordan trying not to land on that leg. That's on the freaking money.
As soon as Rome starts the up, Jordan's letting that ball go. If you go back here, right there, the ball's coming out.
Yep.
Which is good because he didn't have much time left there. I mean, the only other option is the dig coming across Jaden Reed there on the 45, but it opens up so late.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what we talk about with Rome and his routes. The route running has consistently gotten crispier and better. I mean, if he's off by a half a step, that's not even an option here. And really, it's not really an option at all. I mean, Jordan's basically throwing them open.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's barely any separation at all.
I was screaming when he caught that.
That was huge. Huge throw and a huge catch.
And also big blitz pickup by Brooks there.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Look at Brooks, bang.
Stick him. Alan Jenkins like, here, come here. Let me help you out a little bit.
I love how he just passed that off the sheet and then goes over and smacks old boy in the mouth.
Yep.
Love it. So, again, watch the catch. I think it was a one-handed catch, to be honest with you. It's what it looked like to me.
Yeah.
It's like he was trying to get the left hand in time and couldn't, and just let's just go ahead and snag that with one hand.
Strong hands.
Yeah, late hands too, right? Really late hands right there. Look at that. I could watch that all day, man.
I know, right? The ball placement alone is incredible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's that trust, though, that we talk about. That's trusting your receiver. You know, put it where he can get it. You know, at worst on that play, you might get the DB gets a hand in there for a PBU or something. But, you know, for a basically a covered receiver, that's a pretty safe throw, I think, for a contested catch.
Yeah.
If he throws that, you know, a little behind, it's a pick. But leading them like that, that's beautiful by Jordan right here.
Watch Josh Myers and Sean Ryan work together too. Once number 44 busts outside, Sean Ryan comes back and helps Myers. They just put the big boy right on his face. Yeah. Great pass, everything across the board there. Just an excellent job. And seeing Jordan not be able to step in that throw and still put it on the money, that dude has got crazy, crazy arm talent. So, again, that was in the second quarter, 1:55 left. Connected on that 25-yarder. It's an explosive that triples your chances of scoring on that drive. That would lead to a Brandon McManus 38-yard field goal. Now Green Bay leads 13-7. Jacksonville went down, got a field goal. That made it 13-10. Jacksonville ended up punting. Green Bay punted, and then Jacksonville scored a touchdown, giving them the 17-13 lead. So now we're going to fast forward third quarter. All right, third quarter, 1:13 left. 1st and 10 play from their own 42-yard line. This is Malik Willis's 20-yard run. Now, we showed yesterday the two-play sequence in which they went from the split flow play and they canned out to the Jaden Reed 51-yarder in the fourth quarter. That's coming up here in a little bit. This is the play that Matt LaFleur was referring to earlier. So basically, if I understand the whole situation, the play they hit on the 51-yarder wasn't in the game plan. It was something they looked at on Tuesday, and they decided to keep it out of the game plan. So this play right here, when this play happened, Jason Vrabel went to Matt and said, hey, that play we talked about on Tuesday, it's there. So then they go back to it later. It's not there because the strong safety doesn't rotate, so they stick with the split flow. They called the same play twice in a row, like Emilio does on Madden, right? Called the same play twice in a row, split flow. And the first time they ran a cat blitz or a nickel fire.
Yep. Second
time, the nickel stayed in coverage. The safety rotated down. Can give me that dragon wheel. We're off to the races. So this play right here, like I said, third quarter, 1:13 left, the 1st and 10 play ends up being a busted play. But this play right here is the one that Jason Vrabel's seen. Hey, that play we talked about on Tuesday is going to be there. I haven't looked at this aspect. I'm wondering if the strong side safety rotates down here, and that's what told him it's there. But let's watch this. So you'll see Malik come out. It's 11 ace, dub nasty, strong left, boot right, Z climb, Y sift flat, F sit, X cross corner. Is that long enough for you? So let's see if we can diagnose that real quick. So boot right, obviously, what you're going to do is play fake and he's going to roll out to the right here. All right, that's what they're looking to do. And you'll notice with our boy Jaden Reed, I think he motions. Let me see here real quick. I think, so he's going to motion in to where we talked about later in the game where he sits there almost like at the tight end position, right? That's the F position. What he's going to do on this play is get out here and kind of chip a little bit and just kind of sit right here, okay? So I think that's what Vrabel told him we needed to change. Let's turn that into a dragon wheel if we can out of the split flow, right? That's what they changed about this. What's the safety doing, guys? See him walking down? So there's strong rotation that Matt was talking about. Z climb. Who's the Z? It's on the tight end side. So he's going to run a climb route here. It might be a little shallower than that because you guys seen Christian Watson took 3 guys with him on the climb later in the game. And then you got the Y sift flat. So with the split flow, you marry everything up. Remember on the play later, he sifts over and blocks, right? Well, on this one, instead of that, he's coming over like he's sifting, and then he's going to get out here and attack the flat is essentially what he's going to do. All right, so that's Y sift flat. F sit, we got X cross corner, really cool. Doubs going to get up here and run like he's running a crosser and then turn it into a corner route. So you're getting everybody flowing to the right on the side that you're booting to. Now, key in on Jaden Reed. I want you to imagine they just got that strong rotation. Now, keep in mind, Jason Vrabel later tells him, hey, we got the strong rotation. Let's run that. Imagine if they run a dragon wheel right here as opposed to him just sitting in a curl. All right, keep that in mind as we roll this out here. As you see, they're signaling each other on the strong side right there. Would it not be wide open? Could you imagine that? Like right here, this is what Vrabel's seen. That's what you'd have there. This guy would have to follow Jaden Reed all the way across the formation, right? And again, as he comes out here, he's just kind of sitting down a little curl. He could have dumped the ball off to him right there, but I like that Malik Willis wasn't going to risk it in case he's seen a ghost. Let's just tuck his thing and go. Man, he's so freaking fast. Boom. 20-yard gain. That is an explosive. So obviously triples your chances of scoring on that drive. Did that make sense, Tim, since we broke everything down last night? You see how this was the play that Matt LaFleur and Vrabel were talking about?
Yeah, no, that's a great angle, too, that you pointed that out because you can totally see it. And you see what Vrabel saw from the sideline. You know, he's not in the booth. He's on the sideline. So for him to see it, it had to be butt naked wide open for sure. And I'm glad that it just shows the talent level that we have on this team. Like, this didn't even make install. And they can reference this in a moment's notice during a game. And the guys can go out there and can to it and pull it off later on when we needed it. It's just a thing of beauty.
Completely agree. I'm trying to think who 44 was. Was that Josh Allen? Who was 44? Do you remember? It was one of their first round pass rushers. Do you know who he is, Emilio?
I want to.
He's their best pass rusher. I know that. And look at this. Malik just jukes him right out of his shoes, man. Like there ain't nothing he can do. Malik's
Trayvon Walker.
There we go.
There it is. Bang. Number 1 overall pick right here. Look. Nah, ain't gonna happen, bub. Sorry.
And the thing I like about Malik too is not only is he quick and agile and able to wiggle out of that pocket like that, but he's a big dude too. Mm-hmm. So, if he takes a shot, you're not as concerned as a lot of quarterbacks in this league. I mean, Malik Willis is I won't go as far as Coach Hafley with the he's thick, but he's definitely a big boy for a quarterback for sure.
And I like that they move his throwing platform. Let's get him on a rollout. Let's get him out of the well for a second. Let him use his legs in space. And you see it opens up like a parting sea. I mean, everyone's past the hash mark before he has to dodge past Walker.
That's how we beat the Colts and we beat the Titans. Tennessee, you guys got to see that in person.
Right. Yep. It's true.
Yeah. That was the game plan. Have them rolling, get them moving.
And what about Jaden? What about Jaden Reed right here, boys? Bang.
You can block.
He can.
Now, Emilio, you remember on the post-game show, I said, what are they doing running a screen pass to Rasheed Walker? You remember that? So here was the play call, right? It was Sims, Sift, right? And in that case, it was Tucker Kraft. But right here, you got Sims. And what these guys are doing, they're going zone block left. Everybody's blocking left.
Hard sell
left. And then Sims is going to catch Walker if they go to a run. Now, if you check to the pass or you stay with the pass in this case, Sims, that's not a sift block. He's just going to go out the other side for a flat, right? That's what that is. So, again, just wanted to point that out, man, how this is what Matt LaFleur talked about since day one, marrying the run to the pass. Everything has to look exactly the same.
And I think what was big was bringing Reed in. I know we talked about that, the motion, but you bring the numbers game when they're in the nasty splits like that. When they're that tight, you're able to get to your blocking assignments a lot easier. That's why I think they want to walk that safety down. And on top of it, Josh Jacobs just turning it out. When you're committed to the run game, you have some production from it. They gotta respect it.
It's a great point, and for the longest time, the league was played outside in with all these spread sets. Like think of McCarthy when he first got to Green Bay.
Yep.
Spreading everything out.
Right.
Now we're playing nasty splits inside out on everything. Right. And again, it's just as effective. I would argue that it's even more effective. And I was the guy
definitely quicker to your blocks, especially on for your run plays for your running back. I mean, when you're nasty, you're in there. You that's what Christian Watson does great. He gets in there, they put him in wing, they motion him in, whatever, but that way you can get on your man instead of being, you look at Tennessee college splits, they're standing on the sideline, basically stack formation, and just try to take two people out of the play rather than play with numbers like Matt does.
Yeah, that's a great point. Dennis Shook said, please hit like and share. These guys put in so much work to do these shows, especially Choctaws. Appreciate you, Dennis. Thank you, man. Yeah, if y'all would just take a quick second, hit that like button for us. We appreciate it. The channel's growing like crazy, but I know
comments too. Love the comments that we get.
Yep. The numbers are showing that we've got new viewers every single episode. It's just not everyone is liking and subscribing. But again, we appreciate y'all. I don't want to heckle it too much. I try not to mention it, but I appreciate everybody in the chat being aware of it. You guys and gals are awesome, man. That obviously that 20-yard run would lead to later in the drive. Now we're third quarter, 21 seconds left. This is a 1st and 10 play at Jacksonville's 38-yard line. And this is the Josh Jacobs 38-yard touchdown run. Jacksonville is leading 17-13 at this moment. Me and Tim had some fun with this one last night. Holy cow. So here is the play call. We have 11 gun, bunch nasty X, strong right T weak, F cheat to Dubs, 24 power G. Let me take a second, try to figure out what the hell all that means, to be honest with you. So bunch nasty X, real simple. Everybody's nasty splits inside the numbers, including the X over here. Sometimes you'll just go with that bunch nasty and the X will be out here, right? Well, when you say bunch nasty X, all right, the X is actually inside the numbers. It's a really, really cool set there, especially when you got receivers that are willing to block. What I love about this, if I remember correctly, Christian Watson bypasses the corner and gets out here and digs out this safety, and he ends up all the way down here at the next level with Josh Jacobs. But again, strong right T weak, you know what that is. F cheat to Dubs. So what we're going to do is take the flyer in this position or in this play right here, which I think is actually, this is what's so cool, guys. Remember, it was all Jaden Reed playing flyer. Now you got Bo Melton playing some flyer. It's huge. So he's going to go to a Dubs set. That's now going to make it 2x2. All right. So as the ball snap, what we're going to do is 24 power G. Okay. So with 24, it's really, really strange because the guard is going to pull, right? As you can see right here, see the guard pulling, but the play is designed to you're going left, but the actual gap with the zone blocking scheme is you're going to notice these guys are blocking. Everybody's blocking in this direction, in this direction. He's actually going to end up in the 4 hole, which is obviously in between the guard and tackle on the right side of the line, but they're all going to end up over here when it's all said and done. Right? So it was designed there, and watch him just cut this thing back. So the play call was designed to be 24 power G, and when you look at the way Josh Jacobs cuts on this, he sees it's not there. The defense played it absolutely perfect. Guards pulling. It's designed to go, again, this gap right here, right? But there's nothing there. Puts his foot in the ground. I'm not missing that, am I, Emilio? That's not a misdirection play. That's just him cutting that thing back, right?
Yep, exactly. Going against the grain. But what was key was that safety, the number 5 again. They've been putting him in binds all game long. You bring him down, and then you have the threat of Malik running right there. When the dude broke down and shuffled his feet, it was over. I mean, because Malik could have kept that. That could have been his rushing touchdown, right? Because it would have opened right up for him on that side too. If that guy crashes and crushes Josh Jacobs, you pull that, you got a hat on a hat, and the only guy you're worried about is that deep safety on the 25.
You know what's crazy is we need to tack 2 things onto this along with the 24 power G. This is an RPO, I just noticed. You see it, Emilio? Ball in the belly. He can swing it out here to Bo if he wants to.
And Bo's looking for it too. He's looking for it.
Notice the linemen are staying behind the line of scrimmage there, not too far down to get called for an illogical downfield. Yeah, that was an RPO attached to a 24 power G. That's
almost
wild.
an RPR too. Almost a run pass run, especially with Malik.
If this guy right here crashes in, Malik's pulling that ball and he is off to the races. That's what's
with 2
happen.
blockers. Yep.
I wouldn't mind having Bowley block for me. I'd take that.
He plays this perfect, right?
Yep.
And again, if you fire this ball out here, right? If you fire it out there, you're probably got a big gainer, but 22 could hit you and you just no gain, basically, right?
Right.
But instead, you get the ball in the hands when the game's on the line, think play or not play. Josh Jacobs, your best player on the field yesterday. That jump cut, Cheezel.
Can you go back? I just picked up something else here. If you go back to right when he makes this jump cut, watch Scoot here.
Oh yeah.
Right now, watch him as right here. Easy opportunity to touch this guy and get a block in the back or a hold call.
Mm-hmm.
Great job by Scoot to just go to the next level and occupy the next blocker.
Yeah, he's going to go out here and dig this safety out. Look.
It's like he knows Josh can beat him. He's like, he'll shake him. Let me get this next guy.
This is the best. Look at 51 right here, boys. Somebody come look at this. Somebody come look at this. Let's go slow. Let's go 25%. Watch 51. This poor guy right here. Look at this poor bastard. Oh no!
You see him playing the ball. He's trying to rip that ball out.
And he's going for that hip drop, Tim. Josh was having absolutely none of it.
Yep.
Nope, ain't happening.
And Bo didn't quit on the play. It looked like he did, right? He's trotting at the end of his little flat wheel there, gets looped around and just gets on the other side of that corner, man. Holds him off and beautiful.
Yep. And this is the perfect angle, Emilio. You haven't seen this yet?
No.
Watch this. Watch the dirt kick up from the cut that Josh Jacobs makes on this first guy he makes miss, man. This is so sick. Not here, right here. Watch.
Oh, the toe drag.
Look, this is my favorite right here. Look at 51. That's not a good one. This right here. Somebody needs to put that on a poster for us. Okay? That's never want to be that guy. All right. Do not be this guy.
That's when you go down the water slide in the tube, right? But then you somehow end up off the tube by the time you get to the bottom of it.
This is typically, if you spend more than an hour and a half in lot 1 at Lambeau, you end up like this. I promise.
So true.
Don't even make an inside for the game. But and then this right here, just turning on the Jets. Christian Watson doing a great job. Just wall them off. Don't get called for a hold, right? Absolutely awesome job, man. Again, that was a 38-yard run by Josh Jacobs. One thing we're going to do, we get the bye week coming up after the Lions game. I was thinking, how can we create some content for the bye week? So for the bye week, what we're going to do, Chalk Talk that week, we're going to create first half of the year plays of the year. So we'll do a Chalk Talk episode of all the best plays so far. I think that'd be a lot of fun. So,
nice.
Again, that was a 38-yard run there with 21 seconds left in the third quarter. Obviously, Jacksonville was leading 17-13, so that gave the Packers the lead. Next play here, fourth quarter, 14:55 left, 3rd and 7 from their own 14-yard line. Green Bay is leading 20-17, Jacksonville ball. And this is the Edgerrin Cooper forced fumble and the Devontae Wyatt recovery. This was a lot of fun. So the play call is nickel 4-2-5, fire zone, 91 drop, will fire, cover 6 match. It looked like the mock on the 3, and then you've got 4 up top. So essentially with the cover 6, this is going to be cover 4 up here. Actually, it's not him. It's him, right? So you got quarters up top, and this is just going to be deep half right here, all right? Now, when we talk about the will fire, all right, so where is the weak side of the formation? There's your strong side, okay? So your will fire is going to be here, I would imagine, all right? So he's going to end up blitzing. 91's going to drop out, which is Preston. He's going to drop out here underneath. And then with cover 6 match, I think the mock on the 3, it almost turns into like a Tampa. So I'm pretty sure the mock's here. So when the number 3 goes out, he's going to turn it into like a match play where he's just covering in man coverage. I hope I ain't got these mixed up. I'm pretty sure that's what it played out to be, though. And again, so what you got with cover 6 is this side of the field is cover 4, this side is cover 2. And it's zone defense with a little match principle underneath. What I'm noticing with Hafley, last year you had match across the board with Joe Barry's defense. It seems like with Coach Half, what you've got is sometimes it's just the mock or the will that's playing match, which is really interesting. Everyone else playing a traditional zone, and that guy has match principles. So it's really cool. Obviously, that's by default with Tampa too. When that number 2 or that number 3, when the number 2 wide receiver or the number 3, whether it's a tight end or another wide receiver, goes vert, that becomes Tampa 2. But I don't know. It's just something about these cover 6 calls that Hafley has added in a match principle with the backer. But let's see which one actually drops. I think I got that right. I think it's going to be the Mike on that strong side of the formation. Yeah. So you see he drops out. Now watch, he's going to lock onto the 2. So it's not the 3, it's actually the 2. Turns into the 3 after the switch release there. But what we mean by switch is this guy started on the inside, and by the end of the route, he's going to be outside, and this guy's inside of him, basically. But notice how Eric Wilson you see what I'm saying? It's almost like once he breaks that 7-yard threshold, he's just going with that guy, right? That's what's happening.
Yeah.
So, and again, we're not even focused on the fumble. Take your eye off the ball. We're trying to understand what was the defense call, right? It's easy to go, oh, man, great strip sack. We're going to see that here in just a second. But I just wanted to explain. Again, you've seen Preston Smith there, 90. When we say 91 drop, I'm just attaching the numbers in a quick way, a quick reference of letting y'all know with a fire zone blitz, you're blitzing one, dropping another, right? In this case, the one dropping is number 91. It's going to be Preston Smith. So you'll see him fire out. Now what you're seeing in the middle is this kind of twist concept. The defensive lineman is going to help try to keep the backer clean. And then Adrian Cooper is going to come around, obviously force the fumble. Now you can key in on it. Look at him fire. And right there, it looked like he got lucky. Wait till you see this end zone cam. Like he punches this ball out. It's a phenomenal job getting the ball out.
Can we go back pre-snap one more time before we go to the box cam?
Yeah. Let's see here.
So if you look at the bottom of your screen, watch Preston and watch X and Eric Stokes. They're going to take away this entire side of the field here.
Yep.
Lawrence has no right here. Freeze it. So it looks like Preston's covering grass right now, but he's not. He's covering that leak on the underneath there. You'll see right here. There's that leak, number 4, and then you've got X, who's basically got the receiver pinned between a corner and himself. So you got 2 guys hat on a hat, like you talk about all the time, and you got Stokes over the top. So Trevor Lawrence had he probably glanced at that right side of the field for a second.
Yeah,
and then realized it wasn't there. I mean, that's everything on this play. You talk about coverage sack. That's what we're looking at.
Yeah, I'll show you something. Go ahead, man.
Clay.
No, you're good. You go, Bo.
I was just saying, and he gets them into hook curls, not flats. So he's getting them deeper. Let Trevor Lawrence beat you with the quick game. He's got to open. I mean, right? You said Tim Preston's covering that fly out and that flat. He's got him earlier before he decides to run. He just didn't take it.
Yep.
He's got the flat right now. Get rid of it.
There.
He's got, he's got 6-7 yards. He didn't take it. That benefits us, but it's because we had, curl flats and back, good coverage, from the secondary.
Absolutely. Which allows Cooper and Devontae Wyatt at the time to do what they need.
Yeah. If you're not going to take the easy dump off, all right, fine. Give us 3 seconds, 4 seconds to come after you.
And that's by design too, because if he takes that dump off, Smith and McKinney are going to come up and wrap up probably, and you're still short of the sticks here.
Yep, definitely. And it's a great point too, Emilio, because that depth that Preston's keeping, that's what's preventing him hammering that dig early there. Yep. Right now, he's got to get out of Now, something else I want you to key in on. We're spending a lot of time on this play. I love it too. Nick Saban 101. When you're playing cover 6 or a cover 4 defense, we say triangle and box, right? What that means is you always stay one hat ahead. Always stay +1. Check this out. See these 2 receivers over here going deep on this side of the field? You're going to create 2 = 3 on defense, right? 2 = triangle, 3 = box. Watch what happens here. 2 deep. What do you got right here, boys? Look at that perfectly formed triangle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That is Nick Saban 101. You've got them triangled in. That is how God, that's freaking textbook, man. Look at this. That is what Nick Saban calls triangle. All right. Absolutely huge, man. You kind of got it here too, to be honest with you, but it's just one defender. They got to go on the flat there, but great job. Now let's get to the fun part here with Adrian Cooper just absolutely wreaking havoc and Devontae Wyatt throwing the hip check. God, it's great, man. All right. So remember, 91's dropping out. You're going to fire the will. Again, who's the will? You got to find the strong side of the formation, right? Strong side's going to be left. I think the tight end actually comes over there in a second. Actually, 17 might be the tight end. Regardless, you've got a nickel 4-2-5 look here. Preston's going to drop out. So, again, what you're going to see is Adrian Cooper just get in here and get nasty and flood out the other side. Watch Gary rush right here. Okay. The inside is being replaced.
Yep.
See what I'm saying? He's working that inside in case Trevor tries to step up and run up the middle. You notice no quarterbacks have ran up the middle on us this year. Not one play can I think of where a quarterback has scrambled up the middle on us this year. That's not a coincidence with how our pass rush is not putting up gaudy sack numbers. I'm telling you.
Like Tommy Cutlets?
Thank you. I still have nightmares. Watch Cooper right here. I thought these just kind of got lucky. He punches us out. Watch.
Signal cure.
Yeah, swing.
That's like the reverse DB roll. You know how they get the arm around them when they're hitting crossers and then they punch out with their free hand? He said, all right, let me hold your waist and I'm going to try to knock that ball out.
Look at him being held, too. Look, there's the hold, and then I'll just fight through the hold.
Yeah,
and
look
strip
at Gary.
the quarterback.
Look at Gary being held. Look.
Yeah.
He's being barreled. Unbelievable. Again, that right there, man, is just, you can't.
Beautiful. And again, that's not easy to do, man. Like I said, Trevor Lawrence is that's a big quarterback, man. That guy is a monster of a human being. So
Look,
all because
right
he
here,
wouldn't take the check down.
Yep.
right here, you're thinking this offensive lineman's picking this ball up, right?
Heat seeker.
Look at Devontae close. Watch this hip check. Get on the ground, little boy. Look at that ankle up in the air. Bang. What a play, dude.
I told you, man, that's Clayton at the buffet line, man. Get out. That's my last. Give me that last piece of chicken, man. Come on.
You should have seen him fighting for the last chicken wing we had at the table, man. He was throwing elbows.
Playing no games with no chicken wings, boy. Sorry. All right. That was man, what a great play. That's probably the most important play of the game if I had to pick one. I'd say if you don't get that forced fumble down here this late in the game, yep. I mean, really what it means is Jacksonville goes down and scores later. You lose the ball game. That's just everything. That's a rookie linebacker making that play. And obviously Devontae Wyatt using that great RAS to close in on the ball too. All right, so here we are, fourth quarter, 14:06 left, second and go at Jacksonville's 3. This is the Willis to Tucker Kraft touchdown pass. Green Bay's leading 20-17 on this play. 12 pistol, strong right, twin left, RPRY bubble. All right, so what you got here is there's nothing on over here, okay? Nothing on. But I think that what this was supposed to be is RPR, run, pass, run option. I think it's engage, and he's kicking out. But also what you've got with Malik is a run, pass option here. Ball in the belly, and if he doesn't like what he sees here, then you can kick it out in the pass. You can hand it off to the running back, or you can keep it yourself and roll outside. So I think he decided real quick, we're just going to keep it here. And it's a great play call by Matt LaFleur, great play design. So you see right here, he's reading, he's looking at the hat count. Probably doesn't like these numbers down in here, right? And giving the ball off. So he's going to pull it real quick. And right here, this is the RPR that I'm talking about, run, pass, run option. This is what Michael Lombardi and others refer to as the 6-back offense. What that means is on every offensive play, you've got 5 offensive linemen, 1 quarterback, which leaves 5 what we call backs or receivers and backs. Those are 5 guys that you can get the ball to in the passing game, okay? Now, when you've got a mobile quarterback that can run an RPR, you now have 6 backs. Guys, that +1 is huge. It's absolutely huge. Emilio just talked about Tommy Cutlets, right, from last year. I'm telling you, that right there is a perfect example of you're not putting a hat on the quarterback. You got your guys rushing the quarterback, but there's not one person on that quarterback. So if you run a 6-back offense, you're always going to stay +1 in the hat count. And I think that's what he was looking at right here. Like, oh, you know what? They're just going to crash in.
That's what I love is either one of them could have scored. Like Malik could have tucked that ball and walked right in behind Tucker, but I just love the fact that he got the touchdown pass.
Yeah, Coach Lynn said option with Tucker. You imagine it's a read option, read option to a speed option with Tucker, like where you get the wing to come, circle back at the pitch, man. Yeah, come on now.
Look at that shot right there. Go back a frame or two. This play fake is everything, dude.
Look how long he waits to pull it, man.
Yeah. And then watch Jacobs after he pulls it. Watch Josh's left arm. He's selling it like I got the ball. I still got the ball.
Right there, yeah. And this is how good of a sell it is. Remember that number 1 overall pick, Trayvon Walker? Watch him. Oh God, I gotta go tackle this.
Yeah.
Right here, he's going, oh crap. Now we in trouble.
And it was a 2-way too. We were in pistol there, so you had Josh Jacobs could go either side.
Yep. Look at Tucker Kraft here, man. I'm going to
Look at him kick up the dust on the toe drag, too. I love it.
Tucker Kraft, 327% Caucasian on this play. Watch him right here. Look at how uncoordinated is that, dude?
That's one of those where, like, if you do that,
something amazing.
Yeah. You do that awkward, crisscross and drag, and then you pull something. That was dumb. That was dumb.
He's got them number 11 Jordans on, though. Those are the
That's probably the best
part.
Gotta
be the shoes, man.
Look where he's spiking the ball, and all of a sudden Ben Sims comes in 10 yards out, and just look what he
Prince.
He's so fire. I love this tight end room, man. Oh, it's awesome. So obviously that puts the Packers up big there. They go up now 27-17. Let's fast forward fourth quarter, 14:06. Actually, the very next play, I believe. 1st and 10 play from their own 30. It's Jacksonville ball. This is LVN and Kenny Clark run stop here. On this first down, it's absolutely huge because it would lead to a 3rd and 11, which would end up being another big play. So these are 2 plays. This is why it's so important to stop the run on first down. This put them behind schedule, behind the sticks, and would force a 3rd down play where they try to attack the seam. So it's real simple, nickel 4-2-5, cover 6 defense. You're seeing more and more cover 6 as we get through the year here. And what I want you to key in on, it's real simple. Watch the motor on LVN right here. Anyone who doesn't like LVN, you might want to go ahead and turn the show off because I'm telling you, this right here is what he brings to the table. Watch him on this play and watch Kenny as well. But look at the motor on LVN going to come all the way across the formation and stop this run on first down. He's definitely a better run defender than he is a pass defender. Look at that. I mean, he ran by Kenny over Kenny to get to the tackle. You're going to see it a lot better here in the end zone cam. Key in on LVN, who's in, some would call it a wide 9, others would call it a 7 tech. But watch him here. He's just, he totally locked into the football. They use a little bit of that zipper orbit or the boomerang orbit, rather. Look, watch him closing on this running back.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And why was he able to do that?
Because Wilson's holding that edge, right?
That and Trevor Lawrence wasn't a threat to run. So he just put his head down and took off.
Yep.
He said, right here, I'm going after the running back. I don't even care. Even if you throw that bubble, this dude is mine.
Yep.
I love how he just blew by Kenny. Kenny was going to blow it up too. And LVN, you see the burst, man, just torched him. So, again, that was on 1st and 10. So now you're behind schedule. Now let's fast forward 2 plays. Fourth quarter, 13:24 left. 3rd and 11 play from their own 29-yard line. So if you don't get that run stuff, and let's say they get 4 yards, this play probably never happens. So now when you've got a 3rd and 11 play, you got to attack down the field, right? You got to try to pick up this first down. You're down by 10 points. It's getting late in the game. So this is where they try to attack the seam. Play call is nickel 4-2-5, double mug, fire zone, Will Sugar, mock fire, 55 drop, Tampa 2. And Tampa 2 is from the Will backer. So let's identify the Will. There's your tight end. All right. So here are your 2 muggers. So it means this is your Will right here. So the Will is going to play Tampa 2. All right. So he's going to sugar a blitz there. We're running a fire zone 55 drop. So this time, 55, Enigbare, who's usually blitzing, is going to actually drop underneath. Okay. So he's going to play zone. The Will is going to sugar, but then he's going to pick up the number 2 or the 3 on this side that goes vert, and he's going to play Tampa 2. All right. Over here, you've got deep half. You see the 55 drop. And again, the fire zone is real simple. The strong side backer or the mock in this case is blitzing. Gary's blitzing. This guy's blitzing. He's blitzing. So 55 drop. You got him underneath. Bang, bang. So essentially what you've got is 3 guys underneath, 2 high shell in cover 2 zone, and you got Tampa 2 with the Will backer. In this case is Edgerrin Cooper. Watch Edgerrin Cooper. Not only does he get in here and mug the A-gap, he's going to fake the blitz and still get back. Look where his eyes go. He's looking for the 3 first. You see how he's looking in the backfield of the 3? Mm-hmm. And now he's going to try to pick up the 2. We got to get on our horse and go, boys. Watch this. Look how far behind he is right here.
25 yards.
Watch him close.
Here's the guy.
Bang, punch it out. Broken collarbone.
And you can't give up on that play because he can cover grass as long as he wants, but he sees that the dude's starting to bend it inside.
Yep.
And just another and this is Halfley at its best, simming the pressures.
Mm-hmm.
You think it's coming one way, it comes from somebody else. Somebody drops out that you thought was coming, and the line's in a fuss, and You got Cooper running down the field, breaking up passes.
The athleticism for him to fake that rush too. Like he didn't have to. He could have just bolted out of there on the snap.
Yes.
And to be able to get back like that is crazy. It's knowing in your head that, the receiver may get hands on the ball doesn't mean I'm going to let him come down with it. I mean, he just finished that play. It was beautiful. I mean, that was a catch. Let's be honest. That was a catch.
Absolutely.
Until Cooper got there and punched the ball out.
Yeah, like Doug says here, never saw a linebacker drop so deep, cover well, and punch out for a pass breakup. Me neither. And here's what's crazy. He is basically in man coverage on this guy. That's that Tampa 2, the 2 or the 3 going vert. If the 3 goes vert, that's top priority. If the 2 goes vert, then you pick up the 2. Like this right here is man coverage.
Yep.
If you were to tell me pre-snap, that's the guy he's in man coverage against, because that's essentially what Tampa 2 is, right? Yep. You're matching it. And watch how quick. Like look how he falls. He even gives a jab step knowing, I've got time. I'm an elite freaking athlete, right? Look how far behind he is.
Yeah, most linebackers would cheat a little pre-snap. They may shade to that side a little. Not Cooper, man. He's faking a blitz and still catching up to you.
He just turns on the jets, and look, he knows I got to get to my spot right here. He's kind of filling it out. All right, watching for the late hands. The ball could be to him.
Yep.
Wait. Bang, punch it out. Just phenomenal, dude. Yeah. We haven't had a backer like this in a long time, boys. I'm so freaking excited.
And Clay, if he had ran an out route or like a corner or something, Quay would have peeled off that, right? He would have just kept climbing and kind of just held him between the hash.
Cooper would have, yeah. You're right.
I'm sorry, yeah, Cooper would have.
Yeah, he would have just if they run an out route, now it's no longer match. He's flipping his hips back around and looking for work in the middle of it. Yeah,
and what was nice, you got you turned it into a possible 5-man route into a 3-man route because you simmed that pressure earlier.
Yeah. And this is what you talk about with pressures versus, sacks and blitzing all the time. If we send 5 or 6 here, I mean, there's no Edgerrin Cooper right there. That's a completion. And
we need sacks. Let's play along here. We need sacks. Let's go back and let's just humor me for a second. We need sacks. So we're going to blitz both these guys. We're just going to bring the house, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is cover 2 zone. Guess what happens at the end of this? You can't look at him. Forget him. He's not in the play.
Yep.
That is butt naked through the freaking trailer park.
Yep. And we've seen this. We've seen this before. Saw it last year.
Yep. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, man. And again, the thing that keeps sticking up in the Jeff Hafley offense or defense is Tampa 2 match. Yeah.
We didn't see any of that in Joe Barry's system, right? Did we see any Tampa 2 last year?
You see Tampa 2, but there wasn't a whole lot of that. Never did you see the Will Backer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fake a blitz and then get back. But let me ask you guys a question. Let's be fair to Joe Barry for a second. Does Devondre Campbell make that play?
Hell no.
Thank you. I'm just going to leave it there.
Maybe in 2017 or 18 he makes that play.
Maybe in junior high. I don't know.
Speed of the defense is determined by the linebackers.
But again, I don't want it to get washed out. And the reason we do, like, this is what happened and why did it happen. That first down run stuff was absolutely huge, man. Because that play doesn't even have – they probably go to something else in the Rolodex, right? So it's huge, man. So that would lead to a Jacksonville punt, which led to a Green Bay punt, which led to a Jacksonville field goal. So now it's 27-20. Green Bay punted again, and then Jacksonville scored a touchdown, which tied it up 27-27. All right. So now we're going to fast forward.
Can we do one quick question real quick?
Yeah.
Jay Cole in the chat said, I asked Baz this earlier. Do you think Cooper would have picked the ball off or could have picked the ball off if he turned his head? I think it's a great question because when you see this, that's what I'm thinking too initially. But what do you think? Like, if he turns his head here, he's beat for a completion, right?
Yeah, if he turns his head here too, like he was full sprint the whole time.
Yeah.
He has no – listen, this is a good – I know everybody likes to rag on Fabio, but this is a good ball. This is a good ball right here. Like when you miss, you're going to miss away from the backer here. I don't think there's any shot that Edgerrin Cooper picks that off. That's just me personally. And it'd be different if he was kind of loafing, covering, right. Like, all right, is he going to break it off? But he was full sprint the whole time because he did that jab step, that sugar blitz, right? Or blitz sugar, I should say, and then dropping out. I don't think he could have gotten to it. I love that it's not even on his mind either. He knows the down and this is third down. Just incompletion. Don't try to do too much. That
Yep.
punch right there is just wild.
Man, that's everything, dude.
If he lands with 2 feet on the ground and catches the ball, that's fine. I'm just going to punch the ball out and keep going.
Yep. He's got to complete the catch. It's one
This
thing to
dude
get hands on it. It's another thing to complete it.
He's probably running 19 miles an hour, and this is going so fast, right?
Yeah.
And to be able to have the body control to go, I'm going to punch that thing right there.
Bam.
That's crazy. Crazy. Elite. And look at poor Javon Bullard. I thought that was X last night, but it was Bull. Look at it right there.
Bullard's just fighting for his life, trying to get out of the way.
That's a scorpion there.
And poor Kirk, man, that was a tough hit.
It was collarbone, right?
Yeah, I would imagine it was a clavicle. Yeah,
I thought they said it was. I thought they said it was collarbone. Once I saw him go down, that's the first thing I texted you guys. It didn't look like shoulder the way he was grabbing it.
Yeah, that was the turf though. I don't think that was Coop.
No,
that was him hitting the ground for sure.
That was him sacrificing his body to do whatever he could to try to make that catch. You got to tip your cap. It's just a tough break for them. But all right, so you guys remember what we talked about earlier, right? The play that we married up. First of all, the play call earlier. This is what you had on this play. Remember, Jaden Reed kind of chipped, and he went out here and sat down, and we ran a boot left, right, or boot right. I'm sorry, a boot right play. So remember that play happened earlier where Malik Willis scrambled. Jason Vrabel went to Matt LaFleur and said, hey, coach, that play we talked about on Tuesday, it's there. And here's what he's talking about. He's talking about a dragon wheel. All right. And what they're looking for, the signal they're looking for is Malik to see this strong side safety, strong rotation, him rotate down in the box. Okay. They don't get the rotation. And the play call that's on is 11 ace, dub nasty, strong left, 21 slice, and there's going to be a 24 cutback. All right, so what we're going to have here with this slice play is the tight end Tucker Kraft's going to come over, and he's going to sift block. Everyone else is blocking down, okay? So everyone else is zone left blocking, all right? Zone left, and Tucker's cutting across. The reason they call it split flow or split zone or slice is you're slicing the play in middle. You're in the middle of the play. What you're doing is you got everybody blocking zone left. You got a guy. You're going to leave him unblocked and let the tight end pick him up so everyone else can gain a half a hat on this side of the blocking scheme. And now it's on the running back to decide, do I just take this thing and run zone left, or do I follow the slice because everybody rushes to this side and just cut back off that side? Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So they came out here. The safety did not rotate. And this is what LaFleur was talking about. They called this play, and the can was the passing play that you see here in a minute from the 51-yarder. So they come to the line with 21 slice, okay, which is essentially 2 is the running back, 1 is a gap left, okay, is where it was designed to go. You come out in 21 slice. If they get that strong rotation, we're cannon to the pass play. You didn't get the strong rotation, so you got to stick with the play. What Matt was talking about is they end up getting a nickel fire. This guy's going to blitz on that side, okay? So here we go. We're going to snap it. You see Malik's giving them time. So he's like, all right, we don't have the look we want. Let's just stick with the split flow here. Don't try to do too much. Take what they give you. Hand it off. There's a sift block. Great job by Tucker. Look at our boy. I'm telling you, man, Trayvon Walker had a rough day. Like, seriously. Great block there by Tucker Kraft. And again, you didn't get the look you want, so let's just go out here and gain 4 yards, right? Let's live to play another down. All right.
So do we add backup right tackle to Tuck Norris's resume now?
Seriously. It's a great look at it. Watch Tucker. He's going to go hunting right here, man. So again, 33 is telling him, hey, you're nickel fired, right? Here we go. Tucker takes him out. Jacob says, like, excuse me, sir, you're going to have to get out of the way. I got to get through here. Thank you. Oh, excuse me. All right. So again, that was the play. Now, very next play, we caught it kind of late. Look what we're doing here, guys. We're calling a can. All right. So why did we call can? Strong rotation. They came out after Vrabel said, hey, it's going to be there. All right. They came out. They didn't get strong rotation. Instead, it was weak nickel fire. So now they come to the line. They say, call it again. Call it again until we get that look. We just got 4 or 5 yards. Let's run it again. Go no huddle. Run it again. Again, there's like a minute 13 left in the game, something like that. Mm-hmm. So now you come out, you get the strong rotation, and now watch what we go to here. All right. So it was 11 ace, dub nasty, strong left, 21 slice. We're going to go can. All right. play action, Z pick climb, Y safe, F dragon wheel, X corner, T leak is going to be the play that they can to.
Do you remember if Jaden Reed motioned into that spot or if he started
He did.
there?
Every time.
Every time he did motion. Okay. I was thinking about that earlier when I was listening to you break, talking about it from yesterday. I meant to ask you that. Cool.
All three plays looked exactly the same. He started, our boy Jaden Reed started out here, and he just motions over and kind of lines up almost in that tight end position, right?
And what we came back to is 2 quarters later.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, it's wild. It just I love how Matt lit up when they asked him to. He grinned like, "Oh, I can't wait to explain this," because it's important, man. Like people, they think that the game is just run it down ball. What are we doing here? It's like there's so much to it. There's so much to it. I used to be that knucklehead. So let's talk about what the play they canned into. Z pick climb is huge. So what Christian's going to do here is he's going to run a climb route, okay? And it's just kind of like a crosser, like a mid crosser. But what he's looking to do now that he knows they can to it, the play design, I'm going to do it in blue, is to get Jaden Reed on this dragon wheel. All right. Now, Christian knows that. I want you to watch Christian take 2 and I think 3 defenders with him. He's going to rub the guy that's supposed to cover Jaden Reed on this play. All right. We'll go back to the red for everything else. We got Jaden Reed's where the ball's going. We'll keep it in blue. So, again, that's Z pick climb. He's looking to pick a couple defenders off on the climb. Do it in a way that's not illegal. You have right to the space just like they do. I'm going to run my route and just kind of get in their way a little bit, okay? You got the F dragon wheel that's in the blue there. X corner is real simple. They got Romeo Doubs up here just kind of working a little corner route up top so you get 2 levels. And, again, we booted off of this earlier. And where were we looking? We were looking for a play at one of these two guys right here. Well, now you've put this on tape, and this guy has stayed shallow both times in the pass and the run. Well, now he's going to turn that into a dragon wheel there, right? So, again, you got that. And then the T-leak stab is real simple. On the play fake, what you're going to have the running back do is he's just going to kind of sneak through the line, and he'll just kind of sit here in like a little stab route in case you need a safety valve. But, again, cannon out of it. Please watch Christian Watson. For all the Christian Watson haters, go to bed. You don't want to see this. All right. Watch how he opens this up for Jaden Reed. Look, initiates contact there. Notice how he put the arm out. He wasn't trying to get around that guy. He's literally putting his arm out. Now watch
inside
this.
5 yards, right? You got
look at this.
Right.
Look, takes the second guy. Now, in the meantime, Jaden Reed's got to be seeing this go, oh, my God, this is off to the races. Like, he's seeing this right here, right? And watch. Christian Watson just go, okay. Now, this guy's flat-footed because of what Watson just did.
Yep.
And it's a ball game.
And look at every box defender they have is completely confused right now.
Yep.
All 4 of them. They're just they're out of the play. In the middle of the field, they're out of the play already. Now,
check this out. Remember post-game, I said, were they running a screen pass to Rasheed Walker because the GPS tracking had him way out there? You know why they were way out there, Emilio? Because it was split flow. They were marrying up the run to the pass, and they're showing split flow. And these guys are getting way out here to create that separation for the slice play, right? Now, what's crazy is on this play, one thing we did include it. Y safe, and it's a sift. So remember on the earlier play, Tucker Kraft sifted over and hit the flat. Well, now he knows on the sideline they got together because Jason Vrabel said it, right? Bring it to their attention. Listen, when we run this time, you got to stay in and block because we're trying to get the ball to Jayden, right? So watch Tucker Kraft on this play this time. He's going to settle in here, and I'm telling you, that is Trayvon Walker that he's pass blocking.
He can block. People were saying that LVN got beat up by a tight end. We're not talking about Trayvon Walker.
No, you're not allowed. You know
what I'm saying?
Not allowed. Yeah, this is what's hilarious. Again, man, Christian Watson is the reason this dude. Watch the guy that's supposed to be covering Jaden Reed. Watch where he ends up. I'm just going to lay down and act like I got hurt. Yeah, my boy. That is Jaden Reed's guy right there.
Yeah.
Perfect freaking play call, man.
Can we just talk about Malik Willis delivering this ball like he's done it 400,000 times? Even
Couldn't
though
have threw it any better. Couldn't have threw it any better, man.
But we know he doesn't get that many reps. This is just so impressive.
And poor 23 here on the defense gets just turned. I mean, just put in a blender. He's over here. Okay, I got this. Oh no, wait, I gotta go over here.
I didn't even notice it. Look at 23 in the middle.
Yeah, he did a total 360.
He said, no, we're running left. No, wait. It's a pass.
Here. What are we doing? Watch it. All right,
And
we're going left.
Run.
Look at
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs is trying to
Oh.
look for someone to block, and he can't even block him because he's on the play.
Look at 99. Who the hell is that? Fred Warner out there? What's he doing?
Oh my gosh!
Covering the flats right there.
Yeah, this is the definition of they didn't know whether to crap or go blind, so they closed one eye and farted. Look at this. Look at the rollout, and again, watch the ball, watch the delivery from Malik Willis, like Tim's talking about.
Look at
Little pat too.
little pat, little flick. No
Can't
big
throw
deal.
it any better.
Nope. Leads the receiver in stride.
He's like, I had so much time I could pat the ball. I mean, I get yelled at for patting because you're losing a half a second on your throwing motion, but he had that much time.
You know where it was? It was on the play action fake. That's what bought him that time. He sold that handoff hardcore and just spun out and had all day.
All right, I need a favor, Tim. Can you get a screen grab ready to pop up? Because I'm going to play something. I hope this is okay. Hope we don't get in any trouble here, but I've got to play it. All right, I got to.
We'll go with Shug Hafley and Tupac LaFleur here.
Oh, I like it. All right, so this play call on the screen here. Keep this in mind. 11 ace, dub nasty, strong right, Z wing, 22 Rolodex. All right, I'm gonna drop this down. We'll come back to it. You got it up. All right, thank you, Tim. I just want you guys to be able to hear this. Okay, this is Bill Belichick and Matt Patricia talking about this specific play right here. Not with the Packers. This was released last week on their podcast. Okay, Matt Patricia and Bill Belichick, obviously the greatest head coach in the history of the National Football League. All right. There were people that kept saying last week, you got to score that touchdown. Why didn't you score that touchdown? When old boy lays down. Let me draw this out for you real quick.
Oh boy, you mean that rookie practice squad running back that
Exactly.
had the wherewithal to lay down in a crucial moment of the game? I love it.
So here we go. It's about a minute long, minute 47 long. Listen to Bill Belichick explain the situation.
Coach, we're going to talk situational football, kind of a unique situation here. One we call Rolex. Has to do with time left on the clocks and the value of that time. Rolex, a one-word situation for us to communicate to everybody what's going on.
Yeah, a very unusual situation, but it does come up from time to time. And really, this is a situation where the defense allows the offense to score. The idea is that the defense doesn't allow them to score, they're going to get beat on a short field goal at the end of the game. And rather than do that, they'll let the offense score so they'll have a chance to have some time and come back and score a touchdown after they've allowed the offense to score. So this would only be at the end of the game in situations like this. And defensively, the strategy is to let the ball carrier score or push them into the end zone and help them score so that you'll get the ball back and have a chance to answer that score. But good awareness to this situation is to go down and get the ball on the 1 yard line and not score and end the game with the clock running out or kicking the winning field goal with the clock running out rather than giving the opponent a chance to come back.
Yeah, hard situation that can come up in really a couple different ways. Offensively, you have to know when you're going from like 2 minutes to almost 4 minutes, and that clock, you want to just kind of run it out and score last. Defensively, if there's a turnover, special teams, if there's a turnover where you got to go down before you score, it's really counterintuitive to what normally you would do, right? Get the ball and just try to score. It's what everybody wants to do. But in that situation, the smarter play is actually to go down. There's some nuances to that play of tricking the offense and not letting the bells and whistles go off that, hey, wait, they're letting me score before those guys get down.
Yeah, that's why we term it
Listen right here.
Rolex, is just to identify what the situation is. But there are a lot of different circumstances that could play into it. The Super Bowl situation.
All right. So what he's saying is it's not an offensive call. It's not a defensive call. It's a situational aspect of the game that they refer to as Rolex. So if they're on defense and they call Rolex, they're saying, all right, Rolex, the play is if we're on defense, your defense is out there. Let's put ourselves in Jacksonville's position. They're going to go Rolex. That means let them score so we can get the ball back and have a shot to go down.
If you're running my offense, it's Timex. No Rolex.
Running my offense, it's Iron Man from the 9. You remember those Iron Man watches you get? Anyway, so that's why it's known as Rolex, right? On both sides of the ball. So on offense, you call Rolex because you're basically telling your offense, hey, listen, go down, do not score. Make sure you don't score so we can run this down and kick a last-second field goal, okay? So I just wanted to point that out. Again, I was watching the show last week, and then when this play happened, I immediately went, holy cow, I got to pull that audio because I heard Belichick talking about this last week. So let's go back to the tape now. Again, here's the play call. 11 ace, dub, nasty, strong right, Z-wing, 22 Rolex. All right, so 22 obviously is your halfback getting the ball in the 2 gap, which is A gap right. Okay, even numbers to the right. And watch what this undrafted free agent Chris Brooks does here. Give him the ball, play calls Rolex, picks up the first down, lay down.
Yep. I mean, as soon as he hit the 5-yard line, he was clutching that ball, protecting and going down.
Yep. And
he
again,
had every opportunity to lower the shoulder and try and get in the end zone there.
Yep. And it sounds so simple and so stupid. That's your ball game. You picked up the first down. They don't have enough timeouts to stop the clock. Now you run the clock down. You kick the game-winning field goal.
That's right.
That is called FBI. That's called a coaching staff being prepared for every situation.
Chris Brooks said, "My rollie don't TikTok; it just glide." It's from a song, Clayton. It'll be all right. I'll show it to you later.
Pretty damn good run blocking there for a change from our O-line. We'll take that.
It's from a song, Clayton.
It is. I'll show it to you. Keep staring at it, and you might go blind.
So here we are, Money McManus, final play, the game-winning field goal.
Look at that snap.
Look at
that
Tucker.
Boy, Matt Orsic.
How fired up Tucker is, man. Tucker's a spark plug for this team, dude. There's no two ways about it.
I love it.
Let's see the snap and hold, like Tim said. Let's go really slow here, 25%.
It's a pretty snap right here. It's right on the money.
I thought we were supposed to cut it.
Bam.
Oh, dude, that's why you got a 73 PFF. Look at that thing. It was a dart.
Look at Tucker. I want to say this, too. There's been no kicks blocked since Tucker became that blindside protector.
That's true.
Last year, was it last year it was Josiah DeWar? It was. What?
Yeah.
Oh, man. When he was blocking ghosts. Yeah.
Rough.
We saw Josiah in that game there. He had a couple of rough plays, too.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why they're former Packers, right?
Look at all the Packer fans down here, guys. Look at all the hands up.
I love it.
Yeah, you heard that one dude that called into After Dark. He was talking. He was like, "Yeah, I was just at the game. Said I got to put some pictures up on Twitter, but man, it was like a C took over. It's like what we felt at Tennessee, man."
Yeah,
that's awesome.
All right, that's Chalk Talk. That was a fun one, man. Packers win 30-27. Parting thoughts, gentlemen. I know we went over a little bit, but I think we all learned a little something.
Absolutely, I know I did for sure, especially on some of those defensive looks that we saw, especially the Tampa 2 look with Edge Cooper, just seeing things away from the ball, like we always read about in our book, right? Pat Kerwin, take your eye off the ball. Shameless plug, but no, always learn something. And this defense has got to show up in a big way as we transfer out of Chalk Talk into Detroit Lions week here and prepping for this game because Jay Love going, Malik Willis going, whoever the quarterback is, I've got confidence in this offense to be able to move the ball against Detroit. But our defense, there you go, right there. I love it. Our defense is going to be the X factor in this game because, I'm not intimidated by Detroit, but I will tell you their offense is humming. And we got to play mistake-free football on Sunday to get a dub. I'm convinced of it. So, long as we put points on the board, like I know we're capable of doing, and our defense holds strong, I think we have just as good a chance as any team to beat Detroit here on Sunday.
Absolutely.
At home.
Yeah, got some serious momentum, Emilio. Serious momentum.
That's it. It's true. All I was going to say was I just want to rolly with a dab of ranch. That's it. And my man Chris Brooks, he gave it to us. He brought that dub home, and I know it was a hard fought. I know we should have smoked them because they were the Jags, but it's any given Sunday. It's a week by week league. That's how we got to take it. Is week by week. Right now, our record 0-0. Just go out, play the Lions, whatever it is. Get healthy through the bye, and then come out and just make a run to the playoffs.
Definitely. Mike Berry said, great show. Gentlemen, go Pack, go. Appreciate you, Mike. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. This is a lot of fun. I love this. All right, here's the ultimate compliment. Greg Rice said, this show didn't suck. Try harder next time. Thank you, Greg. We will do our best.
First time for everything, right? I figured it out, Clayton. I figured out what Tucker's got in those barrels there as he's driving the forklift here in this shot.
What we got here?
I think those are pallets of yak yards. That's what that is. Those are big old 50-gallon drum barrels of yak yards right there, and LaFleur's telling them where to go with it.
We need to do a little Photoshop and have a banner hanging on it that just says Yak back there. Right? Yeah. I thought you were going to say this, like respect oranges. Just put that Gatorade anywhere.
You know where we're going to put that Gatorade? Right over Matty LaFleur after we hoist Lombardi. That's where that Gatorade.
There you go.
Let's go. United Base says Emilio with the bars. Emilio.
Appreciate it, babes. I'll show them the song once we get off here. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Throw your rollies in the sky. Wave them side to side.
All right, that's it. The show sucks now. We're out. Appreciate everybody. That's that right there is the vision I got of Tim as he was
Guajira Guantanamera.
Party foul, man. Yeah, that was there you go. All right, that's it. Now it sucks. Thank y'all so much for hanging out. We appreciate you. We will see you tomorrow for PTA Live as we'll start to dive into the injury report. And Emilio, act professional, sir.
That's me. Don't blame it on him. That's me.
We'll start to dive into the injury report, and we'll start to look a little bit ahead to the Lions and kind of see, all right, what are they doing well? Everything. They're doing everything well. We'll just go ahead and teaser there, right? Or spoiler, I should say. Again, thanks to everyone who voted for the PTA Players of the Week as Josh Jacobs and Edgerrin Cooper won it there for Week 8. We'll do it again next week, win or lose, kind of talk about the players that performed at the highest level for the Packers. Gentlemen, thank y'all. This was fun. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
All right, help me out, Tim.
For those of you listening on the pod,
thank you for making us a part of your day. As always, let's go out and be the change we want to see in the world, and go Pack Go. Also, thank you to Jarrell Lee for the super chat. You are the man. Goodbye.